Can you tell which half of the objects in this world were made by AI in under an hour? Because I'm betting you can't. Professional tools like Blender let you create models from scratch, but if you have zero 3D modeling experience, it may take you a couple of weeks to a few months to be able to produce something complex. Luckily, you can use MCP, or Model Context Protocol. MCP lets you perform tasks just by chatting with AI. This will jumpstart the process and make it a lot faster to create these models. In this video, we'll help you get set up and provide useful tips so you can effectively create 3D models for your VIVERSE worlds. Before anything, you'll need to download and install the latest versions of the following tools: Blender, Claude for desktop, Python, and UV. The full installation and setup details are on the official Blender MCP GitHub page. The links are in the description below. Check it periodically for updates. You may need to subscribe to a premium version of Claude for desktop to access advanced MCP features. Once everything is installed, we need to set up Blender MCP server, which allows Claude to communicate with Blender. In the Claude desktop settings, open the developer menu, then click Edit Config. Open the Claude desktop config JSON file on any text or source code editor, and then paste the Blender code for your platform. You can find the code on the GitHub page. Save the file and then restart Claude. The Blender MCP server should now be running. In case it doesn't show up automatically, go ahead and restart your computer and then check again. Next, let's download the Blender MCP add-on file from GitHub. To install it, launch Blender, then click Edit, Preferences, and then Add-ons. Click the down arrow button and then click Install from disk. Select and install the addon.py file. Once done, it'll appear on the list of add-ons. Make sure that it's selected. Close the window and then open the Blender sidebar. You can either click the sidebar arrow button or press N on your keyboard. Click the Blender MCP tab, then connect to your MCP server. With Blender now connected to the MCP server on Claude, we can start creating 3D models. Since many beginners try creating a donut as their first Blender project, we'll use this as our base example. If you have a large monitor, you can set up your workspace so you have Claude on one side and Blender on the other. When writing prompts, we need to be specific and let AI know what we want to create and how we want it to look. Let's start with this prompt. Create a realistic 3D donut using Blender. Make the dough look like it's been freshly fried. Give it that iconic pink frosting with rainbow-colored sprinkles. Use ample lighting and appropriate materials to make it look appetizing when placed into any scene. Immediately, we can see Claude in action. With both apps side by side, you can see the progress in real time and track which steps in the process contributed to the result. Once the first pass is done, we can inspect the model. Scroll the wheel button of your mouse up or down to zoom in or out. Move your mouse while holding down the wheel button to view your model from different angles. You can also switch between viewing modes by clicking any of the viewport shading buttons on the upper right corner of the viewport window. Doing this lets you inspect your model's wireframe or see how it looks when rendered. From our first result, we can see that our donut actually looks really good. It has shiny pink frosting with natural uneven edges. The sprinkles, on the other hand, need to be placed correctly. We can write more prompts to make additional changes using reference photos. In case you want AI to try to mimic the color, pattern, or appearance of a specific object, you can always paste a reference photo. Let's apply this trick to our donut model. AI might not always apply your instructions correctly, so you have to keep giving detailed prompts until you're satisfied with the result. This process not only applies to our donut, but to all the other models you'll be creating with Blender MCP. If you want to edit just one part of your model without affecting the rest, you can use the object name in your prompt so that Blender knows which component to focus on. You can find the object names in the Scene Collection window in the upper right corner. Once you're happy with your model, click File, Export, and save it as a GLB file. Depending on how AI created your model, you may have to modify the export settings to ensure that your model doesn't lose any important details. If you're not sure which settings to check, you can ask Claude for guidance. For our donut example, we will check Apply Modifiers. After exporting, you can now use these models to create your own VIVERSE worlds. We have more VIVERSE creator tools and tutorials coming your way, so subscribe to our channel and get the latest updates. We'll see you next time. All right, Claude. Let's see. I want to create a spaceship as a donut.